Now we have some beautiful swordfish here that locally caught.
It's really
out
beautiful.
of Atlantic. Beautiful, beautiful swordfish.
Now, what do you look for as a chef when you're looking for nice fresh fish?
Color, clarity, and resistance. When you, if the fish were to be within its skin exterior, you want to have the flesh bounce back a little bit.
So you don't want to put your finger on it and then have it stay there.
Yes, that's not good.
That's
and we always check the gills and the eyes.
And you get a lot of whole fish in.
Right.
You break them down
we
in
break
the
them down.
restaurant, right?
Yeah,
That's great.
We would love to do that here, but
Next time.
next time, right? So basic techniques with fabricating a fish: gills, eyes, and touch.
Got it. And then obviously smell comes into play too.
You know, it's funny you say that because there's no odor.
Right.
It just smells like the sea.
Right.
So it's
Love
wonderful.
it. Great tips.
Pepper up high so we can see it, right? As it comes down, we adjust the pepper mill, right? And then we'll season it with salt. A little salt, not crazy, but you're like a natural. A natural. Now we'll flip them over and repeat.
These are really
Excellent
nice
technique.
pieces of swordfish.
And once this pan gets nice and hot, so a little extra virgin olive oil, just to coat the bottom of the pan. You don't need a lot of oil, and you need even less butter. Excuse me for a sec. Just a little dab of butter.
All right. Got it.
Okay, so we want to get to the smoke point. So let's sear the swordfish. Once we get to the proper temperature in the saute pan, we're going to lay the fish or the protein away from us so we don't splash the oil and have to go to Mass General. Best hospital in the world. See the smoking point now?
I do, yeah. You can see the butter starting to brown a little bit too.
Exactly. So again, kind of tilt the oil to the front of the pan. And that's a good sound.
Beautifully done.
So again, we just want to let this sit and sear so we create that caramelization.
So don't move it around, don't shimmy shake it.
It will stick.
Yeah.
It will stick if you do it if you move it too early. So let it sit for about 20-30 seconds, right? This swordfish, sometimes you can have a thicker cut, a thinner cut.
I think these are perfect.
Yeah, and we can actually baste this. So we'll grab a spoon here. And now that the fish is in there, we can grab the sauce and baste.
I love
So
that.
you're just grabbing the juices at the bottom of the pan and laying them over the fish.
So you're really infusing all of that flavor in there, all of that butter.
See, now that we let it sear for a second, now it slides around nice. No sticking. And we don't want to go too dark.
Okay.
Just a little amount of color. But you definitely do want to baste. And if you need to put a little more oil in or a little more butter in, as to your taste, it works out great.
Sure.
And we're going to flip the fish now. Again, what are we doing?
Away from the body.
Right. So a little trick I like to do is take the rounded side. If you have a rounded side, so as the pan curves, and if you have a rounded edge on the product that you're cooking, you can use that edge to push up against and then flip.
That's very smart. And look at the color on that. It's perfect.
That's perfect. So we'll slide this one over. And again, we're using the edge here.
You nailed it. Both of
Great.
those are
That's perfect
beautiful.
right there. If it gets too dark and too much of a sear, it becomes a little tough.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Now, is that with a lot of fish or really just swordfish?
Most fish in general. I mean, different species have different qualities about them.
Of course.
But the swordfish is a very thorough, it's almost like a steak.
Yeah, it is.
It's like hearty and meaty and wonderful, yes. So as you see now, remember last time we talked about the protein, the albumin?
We did, yeah, coming out.
See how it's starting to kind of seep out the edges? So we're almost there, right? What we're gonna do now is let this sit for about 5 more seconds. We're gonna
Okay.
turn the pan off. The fish looks good, right?
Looks great.
We're gonna lift, place it down nicely.
Awesome.
Beautiful, it's perfect.